Hello, wanted to make a video. Hope that you can hear me. Wanted to make a video to talk about life and what I learned, I guess, or whatever. Just been thinking a lot about stuff because I was just watching my one of my favorite series of all time, Stargate SG-1. They have it free online on TV 24/7. So I'm just going back to reviewing all these shows that I thought that they are so good. Uh, in that context, I was really excited about the content of the show because it had a lot of Bible stuff, related stuff, and science stuff integrated. And I've always been interested in science and video games from a young age and science fiction. So uh, I think I'm still like that. I'm still interested in that, and because I like to think, and whenever it comes to deep things, and my therapist asked me, "What is the deep things that you are talking about that you would like to talk to people?" Because I often tell her that the most important thing that I lacked as a younger person was a sense of understanding of the people around me and to be heard, and that who I am inside matters, that I have rich inner world, but I would like to be able to have a conversation about it, about my interests, have a flow, getting into a conversation where you lose track of time because you find it so interesting. So some of those interests that I had growing up was video games. Some of the video games, for example, Final Fantasy, I think there are definitely feelings that you can get from video games that make you explore sides of yourself that you did not know that existed, and to have a more full spectrum of human emotions, and trying to dig deep and trying to understand the characters and trying to understand yourself in that, and are you similar to that character, in what way, trying to put words on it. So I always prefer stories that have deep stories, video games that have good stories, good music, good art, special effects. I actually thought that I wanted to become a video game designer or work in soundtracks for movies at some time as a young adult, because there's a lot there with emotions, and it can make me feel connected sometimes to be able to accept universes that I don't usually have access to. So, listening to Dark Angel, for example, was one of the series that I used to love. I've been talking about it a lot and thinking about it a lot. And usually it had something to do with science fiction. It was not a big mainstream show. Usually it was had something to do with something strange, something dark, something uh, just weird and uneasy, and sometimes very depressing, very sad, very sad. So I know that I was I don't think I know anybody else that had that preference, that they were kind of a gothic person when they were younger, that they were interested in really intense, sad, lost things and really strange things. And that made me, I guess, unique. And but when I was with other people, I was hoping that other people, they know those things about me, they know my inner universe. And most often than not, I did not feel that they did, and that was a very big letdown. So uh, I would have loved to have had more conversations about the things that I'm interested in, actually, not superficial conversations or just hanging out and, I don't know, just do something. Because I realized that there's the dark side of myself, there's the light side of myself. There's a big universe that sometimes you think that it's outside of you, but no, it is inside. And that to be able to have access to that makes you have a better critical eye on things, and noticing that it's empowering you to first of all, to be able to live into your imagination. I always had a more preference towards my imaginary world than my reality world. If I had to choose between one, if I had a split personality, in one of them I had a psychosis where I was disconnected from reality, and in another I would be myself, just regular, normal person. I would prefer to be the psychotic person, and that's a path that I took as a young adult, to think that I'm crazy and I have uh, I prefer to be crazy than normal. And people don't understand that much of that, and usually they would go with, it's too complicated, just skip it, we don't understand anything. So that I don't like, because I would like to be appreciated for who I am. And if somebody has interested in what I'm interested in, it just shows that they understand. And to me, that's important, because I don't like usually people that are like, well, just don't think like that, and it's they don't just don't get it. So uh, for me, it's just obvious that I want to have connection with that side of myself, and to be able to feel those feelings. It's not just the happy feelings that I want to be feeling, but the full spectrum, including loss and grief. And if I have access to the dark sides, um, I may be more apt to handle the situations that I'm experiencing in life. So it's just the reality, and you need to accept the reality. The reality is there's a big spectrum of feelings, and I see it on the media right now, in the news, and a lot of people, they have this attitude that I used to have. I used to block that side and say that I'm not like that. I only have the bright side. I only have the sun side. I only have the color side. But but they don't acknowledge that they're always in denial and have repulsion towards the other sides, the horror side, the scary side. They don't want to be feeling those feelings. So it's a running away, and when you're running away about with parts of yourself, I think those parts of yourself are screaming even louder to be heard, and they will take control over you, and you will become sick. I don't say that's 100% for everybody. That's what's gonna happen, but uh, I think yeah, it's better to accept everything and understand that it's part of you. So to be able to have a full identity. So as a GW, I was more of the hero in that. It's like I'm almost saving humanity with my mission of preaching, and the end is gonna end. The Armageddon is going to happen. Satan is gonna be destroyed. We're gonna gonna become perfect, eternal in a paradise. These are things you need to believe in. It's not just a story; it's fact. And in that role, uh, it just doesn't acknowledge the feelings. It doesn't acknowledge, and I had that a long time that I did not want to feel, and I would numb because I was feeling too much, and it doesn't feel like anybody was feeling the same thing as me. So such a big part of myself, that feeling part of myself, that I felt like I was the only person that was like that. Nobody else seemed to be feeling or paying attention to feelings. And that's what I tried to become also, to toughen up and stop feeling or numb the feelings if they were there. Having anger as well because of not being treated well, and not asserting myself. And when I'm feeling angry, I had to learn to control the anger and express it in a positive way and still feel it, but not harm other people or myself. So um, maybe the shows and the science fiction that I was watching was, and the weird stuff and the sad stuff, was helping me to process the sides of myself that were existing, but I could not uh, use. So and of course that science and archaeology, and I'm always interested in learning, especially when it comes to truths. As for Jehovah's Witness, I thought that they were saying truths, but when you listen to scholars, they have different truths and truths that are based on facts. So, what you want to be true is not necessarily what is true, and it's better to accept what is true than believe something that is not. If you are in the fantasy world, uh, make it work for you at least. Uh, but in when you believe in myths, at least be honest about them being a myth. You can believe you, or else it's just not integrity, not intellectual honesty. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you for listening.